Surveillance cameras showing a new view of a violent shootout in a parking lot of a South Florida apartment building. The barrage of bullets sending 2 people to the hospital, and it lands a rapper in jail.
Pooh Shiesty has seen enough arrests at such a young age. However, his messages from jail are enough to grab even more attention. From behind bars, he continues to make headlines, not just for his legal troubles, but for the chilling and defiant messages he sends out to the world. Let's delve into the disturbing messages Pooh Shiesty has sent from jail, which have resonated deeply with his followers and critics alike. Pooh Shiesty's message from prison. Pooh Shiesty, the Memphis rapper who skyrocketed to fame with his gritty lyrics and street-centric narratives, has recently made headlines again. This time, it's not for a new music release or a public appearance, but for a chilling message he sent from behind bars. Despite being incarcerated, Shiesty's influence and reach remain undiminished, as evidenced by his ability to communicate with the outside world through social media. On October 9, 2023, Pooh Shiesty, whose real name is Lontrell Williams Jr., managed to get a hold of Instagram and shared a trio of photos from prison. The photos, stark and unfiltered, showed Shiesty alongside 2 other inmates. What caught everyone's attention, however, was the message that accompanied these images. It wasn't just a simple update from prison. It was a vehement declaration of his disdain for snitches. "I represent the ones ain't never fold. I smash on rats that told known for pushing a hard line. Ain't never went won't. Never go baby graveyard behind my name. The whole Memphis know. Yeah, he might was chopper gang, but he won't never see a mo," Shiesty wrote. This message, laced with street slang and codes, emphasized his unwavering stance against those he considers traitors. The term rats is commonly used in street vernacular to describe individuals who cooperate with law enforcement, and Shiesty made it clear that he has no tolerance for such behavior. The photos accompanying the post were equally telling. Shiesty was seen posing with 2 other inmates, one of whom had a rat emoji superimposed over his head, presumably marking him as a snitch. This visual reinforcement of his message left little room for ambiguity. Shiesty, dressed in prison attire and sporting a black watch, looked defiant and unyielding, embodying the tough persona he has cultivated through his music and public image. The reaction to Shiesty's post was swift and supportive. Friends, fellow artists, and fans flooded the comment section with messages of solidarity and encouragement. Big 30, a close associate of Shiesty, and Wallow, a well-known figure in the hip-hop community, were among those who voiced their support. One fan even joked, "Anyone else hear his voice when reading the caption?" highlighting how Shiesty's distinctive voice and style resonated with his audience, even through text. Shiesty's journey to this point has been marked by both success and controversy. In April 2022, he was sentenced to 5 years and 3 months in prison after pleading guilty to federal conspiracy charges related to a shooting incident in South Florida in October 2020. Initially facing an 8-year sentence, Shiesty managed to negotiate a plea deal that reduced his time behind bars. The incident involved the shooting of 28-year-old Brandon Cooper, and the case garnered significant media attention, further entrenching Shiesty's image as a controversial figure. Despite his incarceration, the 23-year-old rapper has not let prison life diminish his sense of self or his financial ambitions. In another Instagram post, Shiesty boasted about his continued success and wealth accumulation, even while being locked up. King Shiesty tapping in from the middle of the penitentiary, aka hell, where they say I can't go jailing, no telling, he wrote. "I still remain untouched. Millions still in double digits. Tell Google fix my net worth, we can verify that expletive right now. Yeah, I'm locked up, not effing up. I was 21 up 8 figures. Jay-Z can't even relate my money. Triple my followers. Stop playing with my name before I buy one of you for sale, ass N-word, you N-word, anything." These bold statements reflect Shiesty's confidence and his refusal to be seen as a victim of his circumstances. His claim of having millions still in double digits and his challenge to Google's reported net worth figures underscore his belief in his financial prowess. By comparing himself to Jay-Z, one of the most successful figures in the music industry, Shiesty aimed to highlight his own achievements and the substantial wealth he amassed at a young age. His declaration, "Stop playing with my name before I buy one of you for sale, ass and word," was a stark reminder of his influence and the power he believes he wields, even from behind bars. Shiesty's brash and unfiltered communication from prison is emblematic of his broader persona. Throughout his career, he has portrayed himself as a figure who is both resilient and uncompromising. His lyrics often depict the harsh realities of street life, and his recent messages from prison reinforce this image. The rapper's disdain for snitches and his emphasis on loyalty reflect the codes and values that are deeply ingrained in the communities he represents. The public's reaction to Shiesty's prison updates has been a mix of support, admiration, and concern. While many of his fans and peers celebrate his resilience and unwavering stance, others express worry about the potentially dangerous implications of glorifying such attitudes. The world of hip-hop has long been intertwined with narratives of crime, loyalty, and retribution, and Shiesty's recent posts are a stark reminder of these realities. In the broader context of his career, Shiesty's ability to remain relevant and influential while incarcerated speaks to the powerful connection he has with his audience. His music, characterized by its raw and unfiltered portrayal of street life, has resonated with many who see their own experiences reflected in his lyrics. This connection has only been strengthened by his candid and often provocative social media updates. Shiesty's journey also highlights the complex relationship between artists and the criminal justice system. While some view his incarceration as a cautionary tale about the consequences of criminal behavior, others see it as a reflection of the systemic issues that disproportionately affect young black men in America. Shiesty's continued success and influence, despite his legal troubles, underscore the resilience and resourcefulness that many admire in him. As Shiesty continues to serve his sentence, his messages from prison are likely to keep drawing attention. They provide a glimpse into his mindset and the environment he finds himself in, while also reinforcing the persona he has built through his music. For his supporters, these updates are a testament to his strength and authenticity. For his critics, they are a reminder of the challenges and contradictions that define his career. Pooh Shiesty's early life and career. Lontrell Donald Williams Jr., known professionally as Pooh Shiesty, was born on November 8, 1999, in Memphis, Tennessee. His upbringing in the Cane Creek apartments on the south side of Memphis played a significant role in shaping his musical and personal identity. The environment he grew up in, characterized by its challenges and complexities, would later heavily influence the themes and narratives found in his music. Shiesty's early life was marked by a brief relocation to Pflugerville, Texas, where he lived for 2 years. This move was a significant transition for him, exposing him to different cultural influences and experiences. However, his roots in Memphis remained strong, and he eventually returned to his hometown. Upon his return, Shiesty took summer school classes to ensure he graduated from high school, demonstrating a level of determination and commitment to his education, despite the distractions and difficulties that surrounded him. At the age of 18, Shiesty began to focus more intently on his music career. This period marked the beginning of his journey into the music industry, where he would soon make a significant impact. His early work started gaining traction locally, and he quickly developed a reputation for his distinctive style and raw lyrical content. Pooh Shiesty's career officially began to take off in 2019. He released his debut single, Hell Night, featuring fellow rapper Big 30, on March 15, 2019. The track's success was bolstered by the release of its official music video on February 19, 2020. Building on this momentum, Shiesty released Shiesty Summer on August 20th, 2019, followed by its music video the next day. His collaborative single with Big 30, Choppa Talk, was released just 3 days later on August 23rd, 2019, although the video had already been out since May 6th, 2019. The end of 2019 saw the release of another single, Day One, along with its music video, on November 25th. These early tracks and visuals laid the foundation for Shiesty's burgeoning career, showcasing his ability to deliver hard-hitting lyrics and captivating performances. In early 2020, Pooh Shiesty continued to build his discography with the release of several singles. At It Again dropped on March 11, 2020, with its visuals released 9 days earlier. Shortly after, on March 15th, he released Main Slime. This track later received a remix featuring rapper Moneybagg Yo and record producer Tay Keith, accompanied by a music video released on May 29, 2020. Shiesty's consistent output and the quality of his releases helped him gain more recognition and a growing fan base. The breakthrough moment for Shiesty's career came when he caught the attention of Atlanta rapper Gucci Mane. Mane, impressed by Shiesty's talent, signed him to his record label, 1017 Records, in a joint venture with Atlantic Records in April 2020. This partnership marked a significant step in Shiesty's career, providing him with more resources and a larger platform to showcase his music. One of the key collaborations that elevated Shiesty's profile was his feature on Gucci Mane's single, Still Remember, released on June 19, 2020. This track, along with its music video, played a crucial role in Shiesty's rise to fame. Just 6 days later, he released Monday to Sunday, featuring Lil Baby and Big 30, with an accompanying music video on June 25, 2020. These singles were included in Gucci Mane's compilation album, So Icy Summer, released on July 3, 2020, which featured a mix of Mane's tracks and songs from his 1017 label mates. Shiesty's collaboration with Gucci Mane continued with the single Who Is Him, released as part of the So Icy Summer album. The momentum from these releases helped solidify Shiesty's place in the rap industry. On September 9, 2020, he released another single, Twerksome, along with its music video. This track further showcased his versatility and appeal. On October 9, 2020, Shiesty collaborated with the entire 1017 label, including Gucci Mane, Fujiano, Big Scar, Roboy, K. Shade, and Enchanting, on Roboy's single, 1017 Loaded. This track and its accompanying music video were part of Gucci Mane's 5th compilation album, So Icy Gang Vol. 1, released on October 16, 2020. The album followed a similar format to So Icy Summer, featuring various artists from the 1017 label. The release of Back in Blood on November 6, 2020, featuring Chicago rapper Lil Durk, marked a pivotal moment in Shiesty's career. The single quickly became his most streamed song, and its music video, released on January 2, 2021, served as a tribute to the late rapper King Von, a friend of both Shiesty and Durk. The video's success, with millions of views on YouTube, demonstrated Shiesty's growing influence and popularity. Following the success of Back in Blood, Shiesty continued to collaborate with his label mates. He was featured on Fujiano's single, First Day in LA, released on November 20, 2020, and appeared on Fujiano's debut commercial mixtape, Gouda Baby, on the song Menace, released on Thanksgiving Day, November 26, 2020. Shiesty released the single Guard Up on January 15, 2021, along with its music video. This track served as the 3rd single for his debut commercial mixtape, Shiesty Season, which he announced on the same day. The mixtape was released on February 5, 2021, featuring guest appearances from notable artists such as Lil Durk, Gucci Mane, Big 30, 21 Savage, V's, Fujiano, Lil Hank, Choppa Wop, and Tay Keith. The mixtape included previously released singles like Twerksome and Back in Blood, solidifying Shiesty's reputation as a formidable artist in the rap scene. In recognition of his rising status in the music industry, Pooh Shiesty was named Up Now by the music streaming service Audiomack in February 2021. Shiesty expressed his gratitude, stating, "Thank you to Audiomack for consistently supporting me and my music. It feels great to be recognized, and I appreciate all the love. It's only up from here." On May 21, 2021, the deluxe edition of Shiesty Season, titled Shiesty Season Spring Deluxe, was released. This edition featured additional tracks and collaborations with artists like Lil Baby and G Herbo, further showcasing Shiesty's versatility and ability to work with a diverse range of talents. Throughout 2021, Pooh Shiesty's career continued to flourish. He was featured on the XXL Freshman Class list, a prestigious recognition that highlights emerging artists in the hip-hop industry. This accolade further cemented his status as one of the most promising new talents in rap. On April 29, 2022, another deluxe edition of Shiesty Season was released, titled Shiesty Season Certified. This edition included features from prominent artists such as Gunna, Lil Durk, Moneybagg Yo, ESTG, Big Scar, 42 Doug, Baby K, Lil Uzi Vert, Gucci Mane, Big 30, Fat Wizza, and Jack Harlow. The inclusion of these artists demonstrated Shiesty's continued relevance and ability to attract top-tier collaborators. Throughout his early career, Pooh Shiesty drew inspiration from various influential artists. He cited Chief Keef, Gucci Mane, Kodak Black, and Lil Wayne as significant influences on his music. Shiesty particularly admired Lil Wayne, stating that he had listened to him for the longest time and was most influenced by his work. Detailed. Look at the legal troubles. Pooh Shiesty has faced a series of significant legal troubles that have shaped much of his recent life and career. The events began on October 13th, 2020, when Pooh was arrested in connection with a in Bay Harbor Islands, Florida.
Surveillance cameras showing a new view of a violent shootout in a parking lot of a South Florida apartment building. The barrage of bullets sending 2 people to the hospital, and it lands a rapper in jail.
According to a report by the Miami Herald, Pooh turned himself in to Bay Harbor Islands police. The incident, described as a drug deal gone wrong, left 2 people injured. Pooh faced numerous charges, including armed robbery with a firearm, aggravated battery with a deadly weapon, doing great bodily harm, aggravated assault with a firearm, and theft. The case attracted considerable media attention due to Pooh's rising fame in the music industry and his association with Gucci Mane's 1017 Records. On June 9, 2021, Pooh was arrested again, this time in connection to a at the King of Diamonds strip club in Northwest Miami-Dade. This incident occurred after a Memorial Day performance when Pooh allegedly shot a security guard in the ankle. The security guard, identified as Friven Dorr, attempted to escort Pooh out of the club after someone knocked a wad of cash from his pocket, causing a commotion. According to the arrest warrant, Dorr claimed that as he tried to stop Pooh from pulling out a gun by putting his hand on the firearm tucked in Pooh's waistband, Pooh became enraged and fired a shot, hitting Dorr in the ankle. Despite Dorr recanting his statement later, Pooh remained in jail without bond. The Miami-Dade prosecutor, Ruben Scolavino, expressed concerns about the recantation, suggesting that there might have been external pressure on Dorr to change his testimony. This is very concerning to me. Our office is obviously investigating it. Scolavino told Circuit Judge Ellen Venzer. The situation became more complex as it was revealed that federal authorities had placed a detainer on Pooh regarding the Bay Harbor Island shooting, indicating that federal charges were likely forthcoming. On June 29, 2021, Pooh was formally indicted for the Bay Harbor Islands robbery. The federal detainer and the pending state charges mean that Pooh would remain in jail without bond. The federal charges stem from the incident where Pooh allegedly drove a rented lime green McLaren to the Landon Hotel in Bay Harbor Islands to purchase marijuana, codeine, and a pair of high-end sneakers.
Mr. Williams, you were arrested pursuant to an arrest warrant. It was issued June 3rd. It's charging you with aggravated battery with a firearm, and you have 2 attorneys here.
During this transaction, Pooh allegedly pulled out a Draco subcompact weapon and shot the victim in the buttocks. As Pooh drove off, a Louis Vuitton bag stuffed with $40,912 in cash reportedly fell out of the driver's seat of the McLaren. Authorities linked the cash to Pooh by matching the serial numbers on the recovered bills to those flashed on Pooh's Instagram account days before the alleged robbery. Pooh's defense lawyer, Brad Cohen, argued that the charges were illogical and that Pooh had not committed the shooting. In a filing, Cohen pointed out that it made no sense for Pooh, who had a net worth of over $3 million, to stage a robbery for a minuscule amount of recreational drugs while driving a $200,000 McLaren. Cohen argued, the government wants this court to believe Mr. Williams, with a net worth of $3,449,446 planned a robbery, then committed a robbery, and then shot a known drug dealer who knew him well and could easily identify him all over a few $100 drug deal for personal use while he was driving a lime green McLaren that he rented from the alleged victim. Cohen also promised to present ballistics and forensic evidence proving that Pooh did not fire a weapon during the Bay Harbor incident. On January 4th, 2022, Pooh pleaded guilty to a single count of firearms conspiracy as part of a plea deal with federal prosecutors. This plea deal dropped the robbery and shooting charges from his indictment. Despite this, a probation report recommended a prison sentence of up to 8 years, which Cohen argued was unfair. He stated that the pre-sentencing report's suggestion of a higher offense level was based on unproven charges that were dropped as part of the plea agreement. Cohen contended that Pooh's offense level should be much lower and that the appropriate sentencing range was between 37 and 46 months. He also argued for a below-guideline sentence, considering the evidence he planned to present. On April 20th, 2022, Pooh was sentenced to 5 years and 3 months in prison. The sentencing marked a significant moment in Pooh's legal battles, concluding a series of high-profile court cases that had captured public and media attention. The sentence reflected the serious nature of the charges and the complexities of the legal proceedings surrounding Pooh's case. Throughout these legal troubles, Pooh has maintained his innocence and his resolve. His lawyer, Brad Cohen, consistently argued that Pooh did not commit the alleged crimes and that the evidence would exonerate him. The case highlighted the challenges and intricacies of the criminal justice system, especially for high-profile individuals like Pooh, whose public persona and private life became deeply intertwined with his legal battles. These legal issues have undoubtedly impacted Pooh's career and personal life. His rising fame as Pooh Shiesty was contrasted by the severe legal challenges he faced, showcasing the duality of his experiences as a successful artist and a defendant in serious criminal cases. Despite the setbacks, Pooh's story continues to unfold, reflecting the resilience and complexity of his journey in the public eye. So, Pooh Shiesty's legal troubles have been marked by a series of arrests, charges, and court proceedings that have significantly shaped his recent life and career. From the initial arrest in connection with a shooting in Bay Harbor Islands to the subsequent charges related to the strip club incident, Pooh has navigated a complex legal landscape. His defense, led by lawyer Brad Cohen, has consistently challenged the charges and the evidence presented by prosecutors. The culmination of these events resulted in a 5-year and 3-month prison sentence, marking a pivotal chapter in Pooh's ongoing story. As he serves his sentence, the impact of these legal battles on his career and personal life remains a topic of significant interest and discussion. Other rappers that sentenced to 5+ years in jail. Pooh Shiesty is not the only rapper who has faced significant legal challenges and long-term prison sentences. The intersection of hip-hop culture and the criminal justice system is well documented, with numerous artists experiencing legal issues that result in extended jail time. Here, we explore the stories of several other rappers who have been sentenced to 5 or more years in prison, illustrating the broader trend of legal entanglements within the hip-hop community. Tupac Shakur, one of the most influential figures in hip-hop history, was sentenced to 4.5 years in prison in 1995 on charges of sexual abuse. Although his sentence was just shy of 5 years, his time behind bars significantly impacted his career and life. Shakur was convicted of molesting a woman in his hotel room in November 1993. Despite his claims of innocence and allegations of systemic bias against him, Tupac served 9 months before being released on bail, which was posted by Suge Knight, the CEO of Death Row Records. During his incarceration, Tupac's album Me Against the World topped the charts, making him the first artist to have a #1 album while serving a prison sentence. Lil Wayne, another highly influential rapper, was sentenced to 1 year in prison in 2010 after being convicted on weapons charges. However, his legal troubles were extensive, and he was facing up to 15 years in another case related to drug possession. Although his sentence was only 1 year, it is worth mentioning due to the high-profile nature of his case and the potential for a much longer sentence. Wayne was arrested in 2007 after police found a loaded .40 caliber pistol on his tour bus. He served 8 months of his sentence at Rikers Island in New York City, an experience that he later described as transformative and sobering. Meek Mill's legal troubles have been highly publicized, especially his 2017 sentencing for violating probation. Originally sentenced to 11 to 23 months in prison for drug and gun charges in 2008, Mill's legal battles continued for nearly a decade. In 2017, he was sentenced to 2 to 4 years in prison for probation violations, sparking widespread debate and outcry over the justice system's treatment of black men and probation policies. After serving 5 months, the Pennsylvania Supreme Court ordered his release, citing concerns about the credibility of a police officer involved in his arrest. Corey Miller, known by his stage name C Murder, is a rapper from New Orleans who was sentenced to life in prison in 2009 for the murder of 16-year-old Steve Thomas. The incident occurred at a nightclub in 2002, and C Murder has consistently maintained his innocence. His conviction has been the subject of much controversy, with allegations of witness intimidation and recantation of testimonies. Despite his life sentence, efforts to exonerate him continue, bolstered by support from his brother, fellow rapper Master P, and other celebrities who advocate for his release. Another artist from Master P's No Limit Records, Mac, born McKinley Phipps Jr., was sentenced to 30 years in prison for manslaughter in 2001. Mac was convicted for the 2000 shooting death of a 19-year-old at a nightclub, a crime he has always maintained he did not commit. His case has also been fraught with controversy, including allegations of coerced witness testimonies and insufficient evidence. In 2021, after serving 20 years, Mack was granted clemency by Louisiana Governor John Bel Edwards and was released from prison. Charlie Wingate, known as Max B, was sentenced to 75 years in prison in 2009 for charges including conspiracy to commit robbery, kidnapping, aggravated assault, and murder. The charges stemmed from a botched robbery that resulted in a death at a hotel in New Jersey. Max B's case became a cause célèbre within the hip-hop community, with many advocating for his release. In 2016, his sentence was significantly reduced as part of a plea deal, and he is now scheduled for release in 2025. Jamal Barrow, known professionally as Shine, was sentenced to 10 years in prison in 2001 following a nightclub shooting involving Sean Diddy Combs and Jennifer Lopez. Shine was convicted of attempted murder, assault, and reckless endangerment. He served 9 years before being released and subsequently deported to his native Belize. During his incarceration, Shine converted to Judaism and changed his name to Moses Michael Levi. He has since re-emerged in the public eye, notably engaging in politics and philanthropy in Belize. Christopher Dorsey, known as BG, is a rapper from New Orleans and a former member of the Hot Boys. In 2012, he was sentenced to 14 years in federal prison for gun possession and witness tampering. BG was caught in 2009 with 3 guns, 2 of which were stolen. His case was further complicated by his attempt to obstruct justice by convincing an associate to claim ownership of the firearms. His sentence highlighted the ongoing issues related to gun violence and the legal system's handling of repeat offenders. Aquil Pollard, better known as Bobby Shmurda, was sentenced to 7 years in prison in 2016 after accepting a plea deal on charges of conspiracy to possess weapons and possession of a weapon. Shmurda's arrest and subsequent legal battles were widely covered in the media, with his case becoming emblematic of the struggles faced by young black men in urban areas. He was released in February 2021 after serving 6 years, and his return to the music scene has been highly anticipated. Radrick Davis, known as Gucci Mane, has had numerous legal issues throughout his career. In 2014, he was sentenced to 3 years and 3 months in federal prison for possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. Although this particular sentence was less than 5 years, Gucci Mane's cumulative time in prison over the years far exceeds that threshold. His legal troubles have included multiple arrests for drug possession, assault, and other offenses. Since his release in 2016, Gucci Mane has publicly turned his life around, focusing on his health, music, and personal growth. These cases highlight the ongoing struggles and complexities that many rappers face within the criminal justice system. The reasons for their incarcerations vary widely, from drug-related offenses to violent crimes, but the impact on their careers and personal lives is invariably profound. That's a wrap on the video. If you enjoyed it, check out one of these boxes too. I'll catch you on the next one.